Yeah. I think we back. I think Juju, what's going on? I think we back. The Gremlins are back at work. Give me a second. We try to make it. The Gremlins are in here. Oh my goodness, the Gremlins are in. I apologize. The Gremlins are all over the place. They are all over the place. They are making it. All right, Jesus. Okay, all right. Dad, go. Try and do something on Saturday before the Super Bowl and everything like that. And I guess I've been too busy. I need to go chill. That said, I have been busy. Y'all have been seeing a lot of content. Shout out to my brother and everything like that. Y'all make sure y'all go to the channel, his channel, and check out the Super Bowl. He said 38-35. I wasn't feeling that. No, too much going on over there. Both teams got good defenses. I said if the Chiefs score 30, game over. Game over. 30, I'm looking at 28-24. That's where I'm at with it. That said, we ain't come over here to talk football. No, we came over here to talk Black Panther, Man Without Fear, written by none other than David Liss, issue 516. That's what we came to talk about. That's all we came to talk about. We ain't come to talk about nothing else. And then we can get on and finish Mr. Liss's run, because I feel like that's perfect. By the way, did y'all know that it's almost as if Peter went from helping Shorty in Claws of the Panther, you know, that's Spoiled Liberty series, to helping T'Challa in New York. That's crazy. Because I was thinking he was gonna tell T'Challa at some point during this particular issue, man, you know your sister was just in New York. Moment missed. We didn't get that. Nevertheless, though, we start our story off picking it right up where it left off. I put them issues out there. I did. Y'all know somebody popped Vlad's wife. Y'all know that. Y'all know T'Challa walked in, Vlad's wife laying on the ground. Y'all know that. Y'all know Vlad walk in, he see T'Challa hovering over his wife's body. All right, so we know where it's going from here, right? What's going on? What's going on? Groovy Fears in the building. Juju, my fellow Devil Dogs in the building. Kamoyo King. Yes, we are in here, president of the Black Panther fan group. So remember that Vlad is a super soldier with the additional ability to temporarily alter the molecular density of an inanimate object. Y'all like that? Y'all like that? Temporarily. Right. Meanwhile, T'Challa is supposedly, I said supposedly. And Theo, what you mean supposedly? Well, we went straight from Doom War to Hell's Kitchen. In Doom War, he was granted the abilities by an unnamed Panther god. I've asked, I ain't getting no response. The folks don't leave it up to my speculation. I'm just saying. I've asked, but between Doom War and this particular story, David Liss, T'Challa, Black Panther, Man Without Fear, there's nothing there where those powers went back. Like I don't believe in filling in the gaps either. I don't believe in filling in the gap. So Theo, what you saying? I know what was said, but that's what was said, and I don't believe in just going off hearsay. The last person to write T'Challa was Jonathan Mayberry. And he's still living. He's still amongst the living. So I'm not hearing this from nobody else. No. The only person I'm willing to take this from would be either Daryl or Mr. Ray Smith. I'm not accepting no explanation from nobody else. That said, I know T'Challa ain't supposed to have any abilities. We have seen him do some stuff in David Liss's run, like hold a man dangling over a rooftop with one arm. We've seen that. So I know what was said. That's all it was. Said. I ain't seen it written nowhere. Now tell her what's going on. I ain't seen it written nowhere. So with that said, supposedly T'Challa doesn't have any Panther-like abilities. Right. Nevertheless, Vlad wants to smoke, but T'Challa ain't no dummy. He's in his bag of tricks when it comes to dealing with Vlad. Yet David Liss had him using prep time in 2017, way before anybody said Bruce was doing it. I'm not saying Bruce wasn't using prep time, because Bruce has always used prep time. I'm saying before prep time became a popular terminology for Bruce, T'Challa was exhibiting prep time skills in 2017. I just want to make sure we get that out in the open. Anyway, a device to negate incoming electrons, that's what T'Challa then constructed, evens the playing field. That way he can negate what Vlad is throwing at him electrical wise. Vlad ain't going down without a fight, though, as a large crowd outside Vlad's brownstone, right? With news trucks, news reporters, starts gathering down outside. Enter Peter Parker. Yep, didn't take long at all. The spectacular Spider-Man. One webbing later, and Vlad is stuck to the wall. Remember what I said about Peter was just in Claws of the Panther? Right. I thought he was going to say something, but he ain't say nothing. Would have been a great mention. That said, Vlad ain't done, though, as he breaks free just for T'Challa to knock him down the stairwell. No abilities, but Vlad is a super soldier, and T'Challa just knocked Buddy down the stairs. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Anyway, Vlad is about to go Super Saiyan mode till the cops show up. They show up, they walk in. And just like that, he powers down. Yeah, Buddy he went quietly. He ain't put up no fight, no fuss, no nothing. He surrendered. He goes with the police willingly. T'Challa and Spidey take that time to peace out and chop it up. Seems like Luke Cage, y'all remember? Remember when Luke showed up? He asked T'Challa, hey man, what's going on? There's a lot of bodies dropping around here. You need some help? T'Challa like, did I ask you for some help? T'Challa on one. T'Challa, man, listen, I didn't call for you. I didn't ask for you. And I didn't send for you. And he letting Peter know the same damn thing. I didn't call for you. I didn't ask for you. I didn't send for you. And if Luke told you to come babysit me, if I was you, I'd go ahead and reconsider that before you get hurt. Now, this was the damnest thing to me. Remember when Claws of the Panther, where Peter told Shorty he was going to take on Claw because he was stronger than her? Remember when he said that? And remember I asked the question and I was like, hey, okay, I get it. I understand it. But, just got some questions, how this play out. Well, Peter is like, oh, so you really? Like, Peter was shocked because Peter like, oh, so you feel like that? And I'm thinking to myself that T'Challa then took down some people bigger than Peter. So So it's one of them things where I'm like, I understand why Peter would feel like he was feeling, but I also understand T'Challa feeling like, bro, do you know who I done went up against? Right, right. Anyway, T'Challa done already told Luke, like I said, he don't want help from anyone. But as Peter explains, with lives being in danger, it's kind of a hero's job to help. It is. Like, I don't know how you walk past, you're a superhero. And I don't know how you fly over and you see another superhero getting it in with a bad guy and you just keep going. Ain't got nothing to do with me. This ain't my city. So Peter let him know, hey man, listen, it's kind of like in our job description, the help. Like, I get what you're saying, but you realize we heroes, right? You realize that? T'Challa ain't trying to hear. Over to the 12th precinct police station where Vlad is being, I don't even want to say held because he's there, considering who he is. He's there because he want to be there, not because he got to be there. Right. Well, they're attempting to interrogate him as to what was going on between him and the Panther. They keep calling him the Panther. They don't call him the Black Panther. In this series, they refer to him as the Panther. He got on the black. It's black. It's black. Or is that you were folks afraid of a fit? Because folks know Shuri is the Princess Regent at this particular moment in time. So what they don't want to call him it's Black Panther on the cover. It's Black Panther on the cover. Anyway, they're attempting to interrogate him as to what's going on between him and the Panther, but Vlad ain't talking. One lawyer later, Vlad is out. T'Challa, I'm gonna need you to mind your business. Pretty much. He's still mad. Doom got one over on him. Pretty much. Pretty much. 1 week later, 2 funerals, one for Vlad's wife and one for the young man who used to work at the diner. Y'all remember Buddy? Used to work at the diner. It's kind of off. Y'all remember him? Remember how Vlad kidnapped him and everything like that? Y'all remember? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? And then y'all remember how T'Challa went to go, well, when he was under his Mr. Okonkwo guys, he went to the hospital only to find out that Buddy has to come to his injuries. But that ain't really what's going on. Right. Because y'all followed the story. So y'all know that Vlad's son, Nikolai, wants Vlad's powers. He wants to be a super soldier like his dad. Well, there's a doctor involved, and she's Vlad's personal doctor. So she's been trying to find test subjects that can basically withstand Vlad's abilities, tissue, and use it to give Junior said ability. Right. Well, like I said, we got 2 funerals, 2 different scenarios. Vlad's youngest son, Lil Dude, remember Lil Dude. Youngest son feels like his father failed the family, right? While Brian, that's the dude who worked for T'Challa, Mr. Okonkwo, Hell's Kitchen. Brian, dude, we think, but he not. They using him, right? Brian, uncle, feels like there will be no justice for his nephew. That doesn't sit well with T'Challa, so he makes his way to the 12th precinct, wondering how Vlad was back out on the streets. Detective Kurtz, that's the detective that was interrogating him, lets him know they did what they could, but he lawyered up. The FBI has a case, but that case could take years. So T'Challa cuts to the chase. What happened to Vlad's wife? Now, here's the thing. Y'all read the description and everything like that. Remember how I said stuff don't necessarily look how we think it look, right? Okay. Turns out Vlad's wife, Angela, was deleted the same way as quite a few folks in Hell's Kitchen. Regular folks. If you've been following the series, remember the little boy, dad said I could teach him how to fight and everything like that. Dad turned up missing. Deleted. Dad deleted. And you remember how we saw little boy, we thought bullies was beating on him and everything like that. Right. Keep going. Well, The media wants to pin it on Vlad, but the deletions don't match his MO, method of operations. While Kurtz fills him in, T'Challa cleverly copies the detective's hard drive. He him. You see him? Prep time. Prep time. Later in the evening, as Vlad converses with his oldest son, he receives a call to attend a meeting. A meeting of wise guys. Wise guys, wise guys. We know what wise guys are. No, I'm not talking about the intelligent. Well, I'm not saying they're not intelligent, but wise in this particular context is not synonymous with being intelligent. It's for something else. Look up the Urban Dictionary. I'm not going to do that with y'all. Anyway, he receives a call to attend a meeting. While they applaud his efforts, the wise guys, after the Shadowland debacle, they question his current direction, waging war against masks. Now, y'all remember this? Remember when this series started? Vlad said he ain't want to get into no back and forth with no mask. Remember he said, it's bad for business. He said he didn't want to repeat the Kingpin's mistakes because the Kingpin made it personal with Daredevil. He said it. He ain't necessarily following his own advice, though. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Anyway, they let him know. Waging war against masks ain't good. Him having a public spat with the Panther is bad for business. They're trying to explain to him that the masks don't operate that way, as in they just don't delete loved ones, friends, family members. That's not how masks operate. They suggest he's being played. Vlad ain't trying to hear none of that and walks out, much to everyone else's dismay and demise. Yeah, he deleted everybody on his way out. He did. He deleted everybody. Not like he deleted everybody individually. No. Y'all remember that scene from Harlem Nights? Remember Harlem Nights? Remember at the end? Remember they all went into Sugar's place? And Joey said, enough of this. And the boss was like, Joey, no. And the whole place went up. Yeah, that's what happened up. That's what happened up. Whole place went up. Whole place. Whole place went up. The thing is, though, if you've been reading like I've been reading, like you've been reading, like I've been reading, as much as Vlad called himself to observe the Kingpin and his dealings with Daredevil, clearly he didn't pay close enough attention. Well, Theo, what do you mean? I could be wrong. I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm a Matt Murdock fan. But as many times as Matt had an opportunity to harm one of the Kingpin's loved ones and never did, yeah, Vlad was clearly in his feelings. Anyway, after the explosion, Nikolai tells his pops it don't look right if all the neighborhoods are burning except for Hell's Kitchen. Dad agrees. So Vlad tells Nikolai to grab three of his best, and by 6 p.m. the next day, he wants Hell's Kitchen to be a war zone. That's what he wants. Well, 6:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the next day, it's nothing. It's nothing. Turns out T'Challa and Peter had been one step ahead of Vlad the whole entire damn time. When Vlad said, yeah, I need three of my best, well, T'Challa and Peter went and hollered at all three. He gave some choices on the table. You can either get out of town or yeah, that was it. You can either get out of town or. Well, one dude said he wasn't going to leave because he was like, Vlad going to find me. He going to do something to me. They literally put dude on a moving truck. What say, Theo? I say they literally put him on a moving truck, or rather in the moving truck, not up front. Packed them up like furniture. Here you go. Hey, Grandmaster, what's going on? Hey, grandma, what's going on? Yeah, we in here about to get on the bike. T'Challa and Pete together is a problem, a whole problem. Anyway, like I said, 6:15, nothing. Like I said, T'Challa and Peter, they've been ahead the whole time. There's a convo between the two where T'Challa's IQ is brought into question as the 9th smartest man in the world. T'Challa says he's the 8th. All I know is Reed Richards considers him an intellectual peer. I did do with that what you want. Now, peer. Do we need the dictionary? Similar, alike, not the same, similar, alike. Well, if Reed is number 1, I don't know what we're doing with this whole 8 thing. It's right up there with Michael Holt. It's if Reed is number 1, then T'Challa number 3. That's similar. If Reed is number 1, T'Challa being an 8 is not similar. That's not similar at all. It ain't. So yeah, we're gonna bring this on up here because I'm sorry. The character said this dude is similar to me when it comes to, and that's the shadow physics. He said, Theo, shadow physics. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, shadow physics, right? Well, what did T'Challa do in Doom War? I'm sorry, did he not teleport way over there? Despite all the science, all the mysticism to prevent such a thing from happening. Okay, well, I think it's safe to say he ain't. I don't know if it's 8. I don't know if it's 8. I don't know about that one. Did he have something to do with Galactus going from being the world eater to the world savior? Okay, well, I don't know nothing about that. I'm gonna get back to this story because that ain't what we're talking about. Anyway, long story short, T'Challa tells Peter to stay out of his way or he might get hurt. I'm laughing on the inside because, like I said, it was in the previous issue, previous story that we did, Claws of the Panther, where Peter was letting Shorty know, I'm stronger than you. Okay, well, this dude don't care. He didn't get the memo. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, realizing he's been outdone, Vlad is beyond pissed. Vlad is miffed. Vlad is irked. Vlad want to do some things. He does. We make our way back to the diner where we find Sophia. Sophia, that's the waitress that T'Challa hired, worked diner in Hell's Kitchen. Right. She's chopping it up with him and his Mr. Okonkwo guys, while his neighbor, Iris, you remember Iris? The young lady that moved in the apartment close to his, tried to flirt with him a little bit. You remember her? Okay, well, she in the diner. She eating. And Sophia like, oh, she come here a lot. And T'Challa like, well, she like the food. Sophia like, she likes something. she likes something. She likes something or someone else. It ain't just the food. Lest we forget that Iris is a social worker who specifically deals with troubled, battered children. Yep. And right now she's on her way to visiting a young girl with a black eye whose parents seem like they could care less. And Iris is very observant. She is. She asked the daughter for some alone time so she can speak to the parents, dolo solo. We shift scenes where we find Nikolai, Vlad's oldest son, conversing with Dr. Holman. Dr. Holman, that's that's Vlad's personal physician. Right. Lest we forget, Brian isn't really deceased. Remember I told you? Brian ain't deceased. No, they're using Brian. He's being used to give Nikolai the powers that Vlad has, and Brian deletes a rat. Yeah, Brian. Ooh. The doctor sent the rat in there in the cage where Brian was to see what Brian would do, and she told Brian to attack. Brian ain't really thinking right, and yeah, the best way I could give it to you. You remember the movie Life? Remember the movie Life? Ryan Reynolds. Remember he was in that. Jake Gyllenhaal was in that too. Remember when man did something stupid, like went and got a life form from Mars and started effing with it? And you remember when they sat the mouse right there by Calvin? That's what everybody wanted to call him. I guess we need to know when I guess we know now why. Anyway, you remember when they sat the mouse, the cute white mouse too. Remember they sat the mouse right there by Calvin? And you, yeah, damn. That's what that was. That damn. No hesitation, lickety split, mouse is gone. Brian's power display momentarily knocks out the electrical system. Turns out every time Brian activates his powers, it knocks out the electrical system. But when they come back on and they was off like that long, they wasn't off long at all. Brian gone. Brian is not in his containment pod. He outed 5,000. Turns out Vlad's youngest son. Remember, so doo-wop, when I told y'all earlier, he upset with Vlad. He said, man, you ain't living up to dad responsibilities. You're not protecting the family, right? Turns out he made off with Brian. Turns out his mother was abusing him. And where she abused him at, you couldn't see it. Safe to say, she was just punching him in his stomach and everything like that. And so nobody could tell. That said, he injects himself with the serum meant to empower Nikolai. Yep. We move over to T'Challa, following up on the leads provided to him by Detective Kurtz. Turns out, watch this, turns out there's a connection between all the victims. Someone related to them had all called the same abuse hotline number. That was always answered by the same person, Iris. And she's about to delete her next two victims. The parents of the young lady with the black eye, Iris about to get them on up out of there. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. We got another T'Challa story, another Black Panther story. T'Challa in Hell's Kitchen. My thoughts on it. T'Challa is stubborn to the nth degree in this storyline so far. I mean, beyond stubborn. It's almost as if, which I find it hard to believe, that there's a uptake in the violence with T'Challa there, vice what was there while Matt was there. Now, I didn't read the Shadowland story, or I can go back and read it, but I'm of the mindset that was pretty violent. That was pretty violent. It had to be because Matt had to peace out. Like it was like Matt was like, you know what? I can't even do this. I can't even do this. I don't know where Matt went. I don't know where Matt went, because Matt needed to get away from Hell's Kitchen. And I don't think we got any stories out there of Matt doing anything while he wasn't in Hell's Kitchen. T'Challa needed to get away from Wakanda and came to Hell's Kitchen. Okay. They both needed to get away. Clearly, they needed to get away from where they were for two different damn reasons. In regards to Vlad, we don't see Vlad no more. And I think that's one of them things where this particular character, it's an original Black Panther character. It's an original Black Panther character. I think it's a shame we don't get this character back. It's Super Soldier able to momentarily make inanimate objects phase through or whatever, able to disrupt the molecular density of inanimate objects. I wish we'd have got him back. Because if we can keep Black Tom Cassidy around, we could have had Black around too. What else? I think okay, so for him having his ID, Mr. Okonkwo, being Hell's Kitchen, I don't think he's been back to Hell's Kitchen since then. I don't know if we saw Sophia again after Hell's Kitchen. So just a lot of things in regards to, well, not a lot, just some things in regards to world building with this particular character. We didn't necessarily see carry on from this particular run. And if I'm not mistaken, as we continue along, we don't see the American Panther again. That's a Black Panther villain. I believe Lady Bullseye shows up in this story arc. If not this one, she does show up in Black Panther, Most Dangerous Man Alive. We don't see her and T'Challa interact anymore, and she's someone who could definitely be a Black Panther villain. So, David Liss, I like what's going on. It's kind of a noir type of story and everything like that. He's sticking the landing. This is T'Challa as a street level hero. That's what we got, right? And he's writing it very much so. Now, what I will draw is there's some differences here between the way he's writing T'Challa, because I want to say it's almost as if he's writing T'Challa as a hero, street level hero, and not necessarily a Black street level hero. What do I mean when I say that? T'Challa isn't necessarily dealing with the stereotypical things that a Luke Cage would deal with in the hood, that a Jefferson Pierce would deal with in the hood, that even a Sam Wilson would deal with in the hood. No, he's very much taking care of this particular community and everything, much so like an Iron Fist, right? An Iron Fist, much like a Moon Knight, right? A Moon Knight, much like the man he's replacing in this particular story arc, Daredevil. So I liked it. 517. I'm gonna do my tomorrow. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting my time tomorrow. I will be bringing Black Panther, Man Without Fear, issue 517 on Monday. That's the plan, to bring it on Monday. I'm not gonna do that. You know, tomorrow I got a couple of videos I got to get out. I got to get out the 28-day talents. Tomorrow will be day 9. Let me know how y'all rocking with that. And I got to start working on my The Hunters storyline on part 3. Hopefully y'all enjoying that and everything. I told you we're gonna get some Black Panther content. We're not gonna be waiting on nobody. We can't get no 616. We got Wakanda at the house. So I would encourage you to stay up with that storyline, because I believe in throwing curveballs all over the place. Theo, what you mean? Well, Grand Madam Tarot asked me after part 1. I want to know what's going on with Nick Fury and T'Challa, what the conversation was about. I didn't address it in part 2, did I? They were having a conversation for a reason. Now, what I will say is that T'Challa and Nick Fury were having a conversation for a reason. You will have to stick around and watch the videos as they unfold to see exactly what that reason was. I'm going to keep up with these notes, see if we got any questions, then I'm going to go and get on up out of here. Matt Mames, T'Challa Kid. Yeah, Matt Mames, T'Challa Kid. That's it. Is T'Challa still boosted by the mystical powers of Zarbard, or did they retcon it? I ain't seen it. What you say? It's a reason why I'm doing these stories in this order like this, is because we all know all heck broke loose when T'Challa passed away, pursued to become the Black Panther. No, he didn't. Stop telling that lie. Matter of fact, we're gonna pick up from right there. Since that's the lie y'all want to go with, cool. We're gonna start recounting Black T'Challa's history from that point, right? Well, the first thing we found out was, well, we already knew it. T'Challa didn't pass away. That was what that was. All right. Well, what else did we find out? To your point, he got some magical enchantments, tattoos or whatever on his body from Zarbari and Zarbari's top magical students, right? That was to help protect him from magical attacks. I ain't seen it go nowhere. You seen it? Because we went straight from Doom War to Claws of the Panther. That was shorty. We went straight from Doom War to Black Panther, Man Without Fear. You seen it yet? You read it yet? Because mind you, he got abilities from another Panther god in Doom War as well. Because we gonna go from here, from this storyline, we go right from this story arc right over to Black Panther, Most Dangerous Man Alive. And I'm telling you, it ain't over there. It ain't over there. I'm gonna bring us the stories so we can all have them. It ain't over there though. It ain't over there. Okay, well, where does he go after that? Oh, he show up in Fantastic Four. Remember that time when him and Aurora were on the team with Ben and Johnny? Sue and Reed needed some time alone. Yeah, that's why it ain't there either. As a matter of fact, you know what's in that over there in the Fantastic Four? Him and Reed go chop it up with Bass. And that's when he become the king of the dead. Low key, I can say it makes sense. Why would I need to bestow Black Panther powers upon you again when you already the Black Panther? You got them Panther abilities from my sister. Your sister is the Black Panther right now. What I need is the king of the dead. Now, once Shorty no longer was the Black Panther, I just believe T'Challa is stronger now, today, than he was in Fantastic Four 52. That's what I'm gonna say. Somebody, I'm waiting on somebody to tell me something different. And right now, the only person that can tell me something different is Jonathan Mayberry. I will accept whatever he tell me. He ain't said nothing. Don't leave it on me. Don't leave it on me, because I'm reading. I don't see it. Well, he don't say nothing. That's what that is. So I hope that answers your question. I hope that answers your question. Like I said, 5/17 tomorrow, not tomorrow, Monday, we bring an issue, unless we get some more late breaking news. And there's a live coming our way tomorrow because, well, there is some late breaking news. So make sure you got your notifications on. We will be having a live coming our way tomorrow. Yeah, we do have some late breaking news. Also, keep the notifications on. 28-day challenge. Shout out to my brother D-Real. He making it do what he did. Hopefully y'all like the Captain Marvel. That's what I call it. I call it Captain Marvel. You got Captain Marvel, Blue Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Marvel. And when I say Marvel, since she was cool with him and everything like that, that's what I'm calling Carol Danvers. Marvel. Captain Marvel, Blue Marvel, Miss Marvel, Marvel. That's what we got going on. So that's my time. I'm out. Thank y'all so much for rocking with it, brother. Take care of yourselves. We getting older. We not getting any younger. Right? Right. In the meantime, in between time, and remember the late, great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. I wish each and every last one of y'all love, peace, and so we have.